Oh hey, it's me, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be rating my top 10 favorite video games of all time. Now this is a video I've been meaning to do for a while, so I've been thinking a lot about what my 10 favorite games of all time are, because it's kind of a hard question when you're a gamer like myself. But I do have a definitive list, however, I haven't actually ranked them yet. So we're going to be able to do that together right now. Starting with Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Now, my guess is this is gonna go somewhere around like 4 or 5. Now, this game is gorgeous in every way. The music is fantastic. The scenery in this video game, just gorgeous. There is nothing about this video game that I don't like. I love the storyline, the plot, the characters, everything about this game. So I actually 100%ed Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which took me like 185 hours or something like that, which is really, it was quite an accomplishment. It felt really good at the time. I don't want to spend too much time on just one game, so in short, this game is gorgeous, not just visually, but also audioly. Its soundtrack is gorgeous, the atmosphere around it is just fantastic, the characters are great. I could rant on and on and on, but like I said, let's go ahead and move on to the next one, which is Cluster Truck. Now, I'm assuming this game is gonna place around here because even though it's like a really fun game, that's pretty much all it has going for it. There isn't really a story driving it. There isn't really like characters or anything like that. It's just a platformer game, but it is so fun. The music is super cool. The vibe of the game is just so empowering, and it's just bundles of fun. So because of this, it has made my top 10 list. By the way, go ahead and let me know down in the comments what you guys think about these games, and let me know if you think there are any I missed, because I'm sure all of your guys' lists are not going to agree with mine. Next up, we have Hitman 3. Now, Hitman 3 is another game like Assassin's Creed Odyssey in that the game is gorgeous. I mean, the visuals in this game, the complexity of them, the amount of detail put into each like landscape that you can see as you're in the levels. In fact, this might be the most beautiful game I have ever played in terms of like trying to emulate what real life looks like anyways. The characters are great, the story is super fun, the main character is obviously the highlight. I love Agent 47. I've been a fan of the Hitman games for a very long time, and this game specifically, just top-notch gameplay. I mean, the other games were fun gameplay, but none of the other games had the level of complexity to each one of the individual levels as this one, which is why it has made my top 10 list. I do think it belongs at around a 7. I might move these around a bit as the video progresses, but yeah, just keep that in mind. Okay, so next up we have a game I actually played for the very first time on my channel, which I'm sure some of you longtime viewers will recognize, and that is Inscryption. Now, I think I actually am going to have to move Hitman 3 up a bit. In fact, let's just put it here to be safe, because I definitely prefer Inscryption over Cluster Truck, but I definitely don't think it beats Hitman 3. Inscryption is a very atmospheric game. I love the ambiance of it. The soundtrack is great. Oh, by the way, the reason why I keep on mentioning the soundtrack is because I'm very passionate about music, in case you can't tell by the MIDI keyboard in the background and the full studio setup, which I've actually shown off in a previous video on my channel. But yeah, the Inscryption soundtrack is great. The overall vibe of the game is super creepy and mysterious, and it sucks you into this other universe. Not only is the game super fun, but it's also gorgeous. But my favorite part of Inscryption, which I'm sure you guys will remember if you watched my playthrough of it on the channel, is the characters. I love the characters in Inscryption. Freaking incredible. Obviously, there are a lot more like what you put into it is what you get out, but I think that's kind of the case with most games. Leshy is the creepy dude in the background who you play cards against with in the first act of the game. Then obviously there's the PO3, there's the wizard that you play against, there's the creepy skeleton lady, and then there's the gobbledygook guy. Wow, I loved that character so much. Oh, I can't wait to play the Prospector. I missed you, bro. All right, here we go. The trees closed in tight around you, creating an impenetrable bush. The only way out was forward, and the hobbled shape of a man stood in that way.
I'm so sick of this boss.
You interrupted my line.
Got any gold in that there skull? Let me crack it open and I'll take a look.
Oh, I love you, bro. You're my favorite character, I think. Yeah, and then obviously there's the Stoat character. I could go on and on. All the characters in Inscryption are really, really fun. That on top of the gameplay itself being complex but very, very fun makes this a top 10 game for me. Now, next up is a game that actually Jacksepticeye put in his top 10. Well, actually, he did a top 9 video on his channel, but this made his top 10 as well, which is Inside. Now, Inside is a gorgeous game. I mean, the feel of this game is amazing. The ambiance of it. It's very similar to Inscryption in that it's kind of creepy and mysterious, but the game is so simple, which is what I love about it. It really is, you will get out of it what you put into it. And I put my heart and soul into Inside. I love this game so much. The gameplay itself is really simple but really fun. It's a puzzle platformer in which you play a little boy who is trying to find his way out of this really creepy world he finds himself in. And the soundtrack for the game is also really, really good. But this game actually leads into my next one, which is Limbo, which is made by the same creators, Playdead Studios, as Inside. And this is the OG. This is like the first puzzle platformer that I ever played, and it has a very deep-rooted place in my heart because of that. The game is stunning. When I say stunning, I mean stunning. I had no idea you could do so much with just black and white. I mean, crazy, crazy, crazy beautiful. The story is about a little boy who has lost his sister in Limbo, as the title of the game suggests, and he's going through all these absolutely horrible things, like a spider who impales him, and enemies who are trying to kill him, and super complicated puzzles, all to find his lost sister. And the game is so simple and yet so just charming that even though it kind of is a horror game, at the same time it's really, really heartwarming. So, because of all of these reasons, it actually makes my top 3 games. In fact, I might even move this up to number 2, because Limbo is just such an amazing game. I love that game. Anyways, moving on, actually I am going to have to move this back down to number 3, because we're going to go ahead and get second place in, which is, this might surprise some of you, Minecraft. Now, Minecraft for a very, very long time was my number 1 game. I mean, I'm pretty sure it was a lot of people's number 1 game in their childhood. I don't even really need to explain what the game is. It's just, everyone knows Minecraft. The game is, whatever you put into it is what you get out of it. The limits are boundless. As long as you have any form of creativity up in your mind, this game is super fun. I played Minecraft ever since it was released. I mean, back in beta, I was playing. I mean, 10 years, even longer actually. Yeah, no, it would have been longer than 10 years. I think I started playing in like 2010 or 2011 or something like that. But yeah, I love Minecraft, as is evident on my channel. I have played countless hours of Minecraft, probably well over a few thousand. Because of these reasons, and because of the community surrounding the game, the Minecraft community is such a great community. It just has to be in the top 2. It just has to be. But yeah, moving on. Next up, we have Papers, Please. Now, this is a game I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with if you guys are fans of either Jacksepticeye or Markiplier. Yet again, a very simple game. I'm starting to notice a trend here, but such a fun game. The soundtrack is really, really fun, and the world building is fantastic. I mean, you learn basically nothing about the main character of the game. If you don't know the game, you basically play as an Arstotzkan, and you allow some people into the country if their paperwork is good, and if you agree with, you know, what they're coming to the country for, even though you're just supposed to look at their paperwork. Pretty much everyone won't let somebody in who's like, I'm gonna come in and kill everyone, you know. Basically, you either let them in or you kick them back out, you deny them entry. And there are a lot of really fun characters in this game, most notably of which I'm pretty sure we all know who I'm talking about, Greg Korstova, or Mr. Potato Man, as Jacksepticeye calls him. Little Potato Man is a character who really should not be coming into the country because he's smuggling drugs in and tons of contraband, but he's just such a lovable guy. He feels like the fun uncle, essentially. And eventually in the game, spoiler alert, he does have all of his paperwork in order, and you have the choice to either let him in or keep him out. And I, of course, let him in. I loved him too much. It's so funny. But yeah, so for all of these reasons, and for more, of course, Papers, Please gets ranked around here. I'm going to have to do a little bit of shuffling around real quick. I think I'm going to move Inside, Cluster Truck, Inscription. Yeah, I'm gonna move those further down, and we're gonna get 7th place next because we gotta leave number 1 for last. I mean, come on. Spider-Man. Oh gosh, this game has caused me so much grief on this channel because of all the recording issues that I had recording it, but I loved it so much when it was working properly. And I'm still going to continue this series when I eventually get back into recording it, because the game, it's just too much fun. I love Peter Parker as a character. I've seen the Tobey Maguire version, the Andrew Garfield version, the Tom Holland version, all of the video game versions. I just love Peter Parker so much. And Miles Morales, of course, who is another one of the Spider-Man, and Spider-Gwen, etc., etc. But Peter Parker, who you play as the main protagonist in this game, he's just so relatable. He's just a guy who was, you know, he was given powers, but at the end of the day, he's just a kid who's going through stuff. And I personally love Spider-Man. I'm pretty sure he's my favorite superhero. I would probably have to do a lot of digging on that one because I love superhero stuff, but he's probably my favorite superhero. And the Marvel's Spider-Man game that was originally released in 2018, it just perfectly captures who Spider-Man is, what his mission is, and actually has a good MJ, which is a really nice change of pace. I don't know if you guys saw the Tobey Maguire movies, but MJ was so annoying. Oh my gosh, she was a horrible girlfriend. Anyways, I could rant on and on and on about that, but this game gets it perfect. I love all the characters in the game, and the story is fantastic. But yeah, for all of these reasons, it is, of course, in my top 10, or I wouldn't have made this video. But now for the grand finale, and I'm sure some of you do know this game because it was the first game I ever played on this channel, and I did that intentionally because I knew even before I got into it that it was going to be my favorite game. I didn't know it would beat Minecraft, but it did. This is, of course, Gris. Now this game is beautiful in every meaning of the word. The story is beautiful. The characters, beautiful. The music is the greatest soundtrack, period. I mean, ever. I mean, out of movie soundtracks, TV show soundtracks, video game soundtracks, any form of soundtrack, just the best, period. And this is saying a lot because the Minecraft soundtrack is amazing. There are a lot of really amazing scores out there, especially by Hans Zimmer, like with Interstellar and Inception and the Dark Knight trilogy. I mean, the amount of brilliant soundtracks there are out there. Oh, and the Joker soundtrack. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I almost forgot to mention the Joker soundtrack. But Gris is just on another level. Just amazing. The tone painting in the music, working together with the beautiful visuals in this game make it my #1 game of all time, and of this I have zero doubt. This game had like a massive effect on me emotionally because it's about a girl who is going through just an absolute horrible time in her life. I don't want to spoil the story too much, but basically she's lost everything. There is no happiness in her life whatsoever. In fact, there is no emotion in her life. Totally depressed. And she slowly regains the color in her life, one color at a time, which is one of the more beautiful aspects of the game. As you progress, you get one more color added at a time, and eventually you have all the colors just in this beautiful, 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 beautiful game. But yeah, obviously I can relate to this, and I'm sure a lot of you can relate to this as well. But I went through a time in my life where I just had lost all purpose. I had lost my faith at the time. I even attempted at one point, just because I had lost everything. I felt like there was no point to me continuing existence. So I can relate to that, like, total despair, but then I can also relate to it emotionally because she comes out of it, as I have. I mean, obviously there are still times that are difficult, but I am so much more alive than I ever was previously in my life. And I'm so much more me now than I was when I was younger, which is a really, really great thing. But anyways, now I'm kind of rambling about myself. Basically, this game, I relate to it on just so many levels, not only because of the story, but also because, like I said, the music is just the most beautiful thing you will ever hear. So yeah, that's why it's my #1 game. So here is the list. We have Gris at #1, Minecraft at #2, Limbo at #3, Assassin's Creed Odyssey at #4. By the way, I'm actually playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla right now, so that might eventually make this list. Honestly, it's not nearly as fun as Odyssey so far, but I can't really judge it yet because I'm still playing through it. But anyways, then we have Hitman 3 at 5, Papers, Please at 6, Spider-Man at 7, Inscription at 8, Cluster Truck at 9, and Inside at 10. Like I said at the beginning of the video, please let me know what you guys think of this tier list, whether you think I forgot anything, whether you think I nailed it dead on, and let me know some of your top 10 favorite video games. I would love to have a chat with you, either down in the comments, or I leave my email down in the description, so you can email me, or you can DM me on Instagram. If you're new to the channel, I post at least once a week, but I'm sure as many of you are very aware of by now, it is now time for us to close out this video, and I always like to close out videos with a prayer. So if you would feel comfortable, please do join me in a quick prayer. Hey there, Lord. I'm here praying with my viewers. Thank you for today. Thank you for existence. And thank you especially today for video games. Video games have helped me through so many things. Not only are they entertainment or a distraction, but they also really teach powerful life lessons to a lot of people. Thank you for all the fun time that I've had playing video games, and thank you for all the fun times that my viewers have had playing video games, either on their own in single-player games or with their friends in multiplayer games. They are such a blessing, and we thank you for them, Lord. I pray that you would continue to be there for my viewers through their struggles, and that you would make your love known to them. And I pray the same for myself and my loved ones. And I pray that you would continue to give us the strength to better serve and glorify you. It's in your precious and holy name we pray. Amen. All right, well, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you all have a great week. God bless, and go in peace.